Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of ReZero Starting Life in Another World on Season 3 on Episode 15 or ReZero Episode 65 of the total number of episodes. This episode right here shows the powers of Capella, obviously, and the two Gluttony Archbishops of the Witches Cult, which I believe is one is Roy and the other one is Lai or something like that. Roy Alphard and freaking Lai Batia Kaitos, etc. So, if anything else, let's just get this started. Let's get this one out of the way because I think this one will be much easier to talk about besides going back and forth with like many other characters involving. Let's get Capella out of the way, which is the Archbishop of Lust. That little girl, or whatever age she's at, which I don't even think she's even a kid, but if she is, well, whatever, I don't care. We have to Al is making some talks and distractions with Capella and tries to bring an entire building or a lot of debris on her. But obviously, it does not work. She puts herself back together, and honestly, I didn't think that was actually uncensored until a friend told me. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't expect that to see that one coming. Other than that, Capella decides to make her leave because she's following the gospel book that she has in her hands. Although Anastasia Hoshin is the one that makes the guess, she says, well, this one I have right here is the real thing. The other stuff is nothing more than BS to me. So, other than that, she decides to send a bunch of demi-beasts or monster beasts towards Al, Anastasia, and Felice before taking her leave, saying bye-bye, see you next time kind of thing. And then before Felice, Al, and Anastasia could get themselves in a bit of trouble, Felice managed to call Reinhardt for help, and he takes care of the demi-beast or monster beast easily, no problem. Now, when it comes to the fight with like the Gluttony Bishops of the Witches Cult, they are actually these two suckers or Gluttony Archbishops are not a joke. We get to see how strong they are while Julius and Ricardo faces off against a Archbishop of Gluttony, and he's pretty threatening. Somehow he is able to like know certain personal information about Julius and was wondering a couple things. Not to mention maybe Ricardo. I'm not so sure. Other than the attacking Julius psychologically, he seems to have the ability to like look into the person's memories after they possibly touch him, and we've seen that with Roy Alphard. Whether his name is revealed or not, I'm just gonna say it anyway because he's like one of the Sin Archbishops of the Witches Cult. Well, Gluttony, obviously. Not to mention his skills in terms of magic and martial arts and swordsmanship is very formidable. Even Julius is like saying, wow, this guy is very strong, yet he's using his powers for evil. And that doesn't make any sense. When it comes to the other Gluttony Archbishop of the Witches Cult, which is what Otar or Otto is facing, Otto seems to understand how this guy's ability works. He like once he finds out your name and he eats it the way how it was shown in the episode, he gains the abilities and the memories of the person. And of course, when it comes to Otto, he almost got himself possibly tortured until Beeko or Beatrice comes in on time to like help out and says, hey, you know what? I'm really hating this guy. You're being disrespectful. You gotta be careful. You gotta have some manners. Then we get to see Lai Beatekos, or just Lai. I'm just gonna say Lai because it's much easier. Plus his last name is very long to pronounce, not to mention hard for me to pronounce myself. So, yeah. Lai ends up doing some, some memories of reenactment because he actually is the one that ate Rem's memories or name. This caused Beatrice and Otto realizing that they have to take care of him right now because this guy, if he sees Subaru and ends up doing that kind of thing in front of him, it's going to be a psychological damage beyond repair. So, in other words, they need to stop him, or they can't let him see Subaru and let him do that kind of action in front of him that poses Rem, because we all know Subaru loves Rem and he loves Amelia. There's no denying of that. And should he see that in any form, as Bayako or Beatrice says, it's gonna really it's gonna break Subaru mentally, like psychologically. So at this point, they have no choice but to take care of him right here and now, which apparently I don't know how they're gonna handle him, because one, this guy has the skills and abilities of every person's name he ate. So not to mention their memories, their skills, and possibly their magic. Maybe Lai is maybe different from the other Gluttony Bishop of the Witches cult, but they could possibly have the same abilities, because the way how they fought was very agile and fast, and that no matter how much you try to gang up on them, whether it comes to numbers or someone who's very strong and skilled, they somehow come out unscathed. Well, Lai got himself hurt by a couple of explosions by Otto's tricky trap planning, but that hardly did anything at all. So at this point, I question, in the final episode coming up next week, how are you going to handle this, or how's it going to end off? I am having a good feeling that it's not going to be 20, 25 or 20 minutes. That's for sure. Well, 24 minutes, since it's always been like that for each episode. It might be longer. So I'm expecting the finale to possibly give hope, but maybe some tragic stuff to come, because these two are pretty strong, and they're not to be underestimated, considering that they ate a lot of people's names and took their memories, skills, and magic for themselves. So we'll see how this turns out. So until then, see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.